Hey my sweet pen friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin. I am so excited for this new year. I'm hoping that you guys are too. For a lot of us, it's going to mean a fresh start and just a chance to, I think, heal from this crazy year that we've had. But on a more lighthearted note, I thought it would be fun to round up my top favorite stationery items from this past year. Let's start off with some pens. The Zebra Sarasa or Sarasa vintage gel pens have been an absolute favorite for 2020. I really didn't use these a whole lot, I think, towards the beginning of the year, but towards the middle to end of this year, when I moved into bullet journaling, I found myself reaching for these quite a lot. These are 0.5mm water-based gel pigment ink pens, which means they are both feather and weather resistant. They come complete with a spring-loaded clip, so you can easily attach it to whatever you're writing on, perhaps your notebook or sheets of paper, and it does have a nice little rubber grip. I have the 5 original vintage colors, but they recently released an additional 5 colors, which I have yet to try out, but I've heard nothing but good things about. And these particular pens have the limited edition Disney barrel. I was lucky enough to grab these while they were still around, and if I can find them, I'll have them linked off in the description box below with all the other things that I talk about today. I really enjoyed using these pens this past year, in particular because of the colors. I find that they're just so rich and pigmented, and with whatever bullet journal spread that I happened to create this past year, it just seemed to work. And I think that was really the draw for me, was having a base foundational 5 colors that I could rely on no matter what. Another top stationery favorite for me this past year would definitely be the Zebra Mildliners. Now, these may seem overly hyped, and I understand because I looked at these and thought I could find cheaper alternatives and achieve the same result. And I actually made a video doing a comparison dupes video, so I'll have that linked in the cards and in the description box below. That way you can check it out. But I have become extremely fond of the Zebra Mildliners. I'm a believer, and I think if you come to it with the understanding that they are not necessarily the best highlighters, but instead approach them as markers, I think you'll be quite satisfied with the results. The Zebra Mildliners actually come in 25 colors, so you have a whole host of different shades to choose from. These are just a few of my favorites. I have the gray, brown, violet, coral, pink, I think, the yellow, oh gosh, I don't know, it's sort of like a teal minty color, and then sort of a periwinkle blue. I know that those aren't the official names, so I'll have the set linked off in the description box below. That way you can get the correct information. These are dual-ended tip markers, so they have a chisel tip on one side and a bullet tip on the other. I found myself using the bullet tip quite a bit more than I thought I would. I use it to color code all of my tasks for the week, and I shared that in my bullet journal flip through for 2020. So if you missed it, I'll have it linked in the cards and in the description box below. That way you can see these guys in action. So I won't disregard the fact that you kind of have to work with them, but once you found a good combination of Mildliner to pen, I think you're pretty much set. Speaking of good pens to use with the Zebra Mildliners, I have a repeat from last year's top favorites, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked in the cards and in the description box below. They are the Zebra brush pens. I guess I'm a huge fan of Zebra because we talked about the Zebra Sarasa or Sarasa vintage gel pens earlier. I talked about the Mildliners, and now we're talking about the brush pens. I have featured these in numerous Plan With Me videos and other videos on my channel. They are just really good, reliable brush pens. I don't think that I am that competent in brush lettering. I don't think I have acquired a skill that I can boast about, but I like brush lettering. I incorporate it a lot into my bullet journal spreads, and I feel like this has really helped me understand the thin upstrokes and the thicker downstrokes concepts. This set comes in 3 different tip sizes. So the fine one I love using with the zebra Mildliners. I'll highlight using the zebra Mildliner, maybe move on to another part of my spread, come back with this guy and write in a fine print header. Then there is the medium tip. This I pretty much grab whenever I want to do some sort of brush lettering. I think I'm starting to run out of ink, which is both terrifying and exciting. Exciting because it means I've put it to good use, but terrifying because that means I will soon have to replace it. And I just think that this is such a good brush pen, especially if you're just starting out. And then the set also comes with a thicker brush pen. I don't find myself using this so much, but it's nice to have the line variation. These zebra brush pens use a felt tip, and again, I feel like that really helps, especially if you're brush lettering or trying to get into it for the first time. I also love using these with the honorable mention for this video, the Uniball Signo Angelic White Gel Pen. I feel like it's just a wicked awesome combo, and I've used it so many times in my bullet journal. They have become staples, really. As many of you know, 2020 was the year that I jumped in and tried bullet journaling, and I feel like this notebook just has really been a companion and a good friend on this journey of bullet journaling. I have a whole video talking about this Flight Diary of Love notebook, so I'll have it linked in the cards and in the description box below. That way you can get all the details. But essentially, we've got the nice hardcover. I have my Haiku sticker, which is the cherry on top of the bullet journal sundae. There is an elastic closure, elastic pen loop, and 2 ribbon bookmarks. The notebook is filled with 5mm dot grid pages, and what else can I say? It's been great. I can use my fine and extra fine fountain pens in here. I haven't tried anything broader than that, but I will keep you guys posted. And this is going to be really hard to convey on camera, but a lot of what I enjoy about pen and paper is the tactile feel, and I love holding this in my hands. I probably sound like a crazy person to non-stationery lovers, but if you're here, then I think you know what I mean. And just overall, I've become such a huge fan of bullet journaling. Even though I haven't been bullet journaling for a full year, I foresee that I will be bullet journaling through 2021 and on. It's just a really flexible, adaptable system, and this notebook really seals the deal for me. So I'm excited to continue bullet journaling in it for this upcoming year. When I think about my highlights for this past year, opening my sticker shop was definitely one of them, and I could not have done it without these Pikachu pocket scissors. And I do have a video talking about all of my sticker shop supplies, so if you're interested in that, again, I'll have it linked in the cards and in the description box below. But this guy really just, it made it all happen. Yes, I wouldn't have had stickers unless, I drew them on my iPad and printed them out on sticker sheets. But the concept of making things happen with these scissors, just my hands and my scissors, and cutting out each individual sticker. We have cut so many stickers together just in this past few months, and I love these scissors. I sound crazy, I know, but that's what we're here to talk about, right? The stationery that makes us just feel a little crazy because we love it so much. These pocket scissors have a spring-loaded mechanism, which makes it super comfortable to use. I'm really grateful that I haven't had any hand or wrist pain from cutting so many stickers. And I use this for my bullet journal as well. If I need to cut scraps of paper or cut ends of washi tape, this is what I use, and I love that it's so compact. feel like every stationery lover should have one of these in their life. Now I know you're probably wondering, Devin, we are talking about top stationery favorites. What about fountain pens? Well, I have one fountain pen that made it into my top favorites for this past year. I have to say that this was really tough to just narrow it down to one. I didn't have to, but when I really asked myself like what stood out in this past year for me, there was a clear cut response to that question, and it is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the Yukitsubaki. I believe this was part of the limited edition 4-season Shiki Ori collection. I apologize if I'm butchering any of that, but I'll have it linked in the description box below. That way you can take a closer look. This is the first and only gold nib fountain pen that I have in my collection at the moment, and it's just a gorgeous fountain pen at that. Sorry, there's like a little bit of dust. I actually received this pen for Christmas last year from my parents. So mom and dad, if you're watching this, thank you so much. It's easily just one of the most gorgeous pens I have ever used. This pen has the most stunning body. It's white with red flecks of glitter, and that's supposed to be reminiscent of the winter camellia blossoms peeking through the snow, which I find just so whimsical. I love looking at this pen, and it's always a joy to use. I still have it inked up with Herbin. I'll put the name of the ink right here, but I feel like that coral color really complements the red flecks of glitter on the body of the pen. This pen has simple yet elegant 24 karat gold plated accents, and again, it has a 14 karat gold nib, which is the first and only gold nib fountain pen in my collection, and I absolutely love it. The nib is a medium fine nib. I do find it to be on the finer side, and all around just, it's perfection. I absolutely love this fountain pen, and I have to thank all of you for convincing me to actually use it, because it is one of the more expensive pens in my collection, and I felt like nervous at first to use it, but thank you to all of you who told me that this pen was meant to be used and enjoyed, and that's absolutely the case. I've used it, I've enjoyed it, and will continue to love and adore it for many, many years to come. What are some of your top favorite stationery items from this past year? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with a pen friend who you think might also enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss any of our videos. I do my best to upload here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. PST, so please take care until then. I hope you're all having a safe and wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.